Have you ever spent a night in a house where even the cracks in the walls whisper of death? This is the story of such a house, where the shadows come alive after dark. Suman, a young journalist from Dhaka, arrives at the infamous abandoned Zamindar house in Kumilia. The villagers whisper warnings. You can hear crying at night. The shadows, they move on their own. But Suman laughs it off. To him it's just superstition. He decides to stay the night. If there's any truth to these stories, he'll find it himself. It's 2 a.m. Suman is asleep when suddenly, knock, knock, knock. A loud knock echoes through the room. Suman gets up and slowly opens the door. There's no one there. The corridor is empty, but the air feels heavy, like something unseen is watching. Suman shrugs it off and goes back to bed. But then he feels a cold breath on the back of his neck. His body freezes. Slowly he turns around, but nothing is there. Suddenly a woman's voice whispers right in his ear, "Leave, this is not your place." The next day Suman speaks to the village elders. One old woman, her voice shaking, says, "The Zamindar, Haripada Roy, he was a cruel man. He tortured the poor villagers. One day he took a young village girl and killed her. Her body was hidden in the basement of that house. They say her spirit still roams there, seeking revenge." Suman, now both curious and terrified, decides to go down to the basement that very night. In the basement, Suman finds an old, dusty wooden box. As he approaches, the light flickers and suddenly everything goes dark. He opens the box and immediately the crying grows louder. Then a shadow materializes before him. A woman in white, her eyes bleeding, she whispers, "Set me free." Suman finds a locket inside the box. The next day he takes it to the village priest for a proper ritual. The girl's spirit finally finds peace. Back in Dhaka, Suman thinks it's all over. But at night, when he lies in bed, he hears it again. A whisper, cold and sharp. You freed her, but now the Zamindar's spirit is coming for you. Do you still think ghosts only exist in stories? Listen closely tonight. Maybe some shadows are still following you.